Hey guys, CM Pulse here. Just finished watching the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and I must say that I didn't really enjoy it. It was more of a filler pay-per-view. Usually the Elimination Chamber, something happens to fuel some kind of feud to WrestleMania, but yeah, it probably did, but fuck it. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't enjoy it at all. But let's go over what happened during the night. And if you want to skip the video, guys, and see the results, like always, they'll be in the description. Just look at the description, you can see whatever you want to see. So we started out the night with the Raw Elimination Chamber. Now, questionable to me because I thought this was like the main attraction, you know, because you got Chris Jericho, CM Punk, and Dolph Ziggler and all them. So I thought that would be the main attraction, but apparently not for them. Well, CM Punk ended up winning the Raw Elimination Chamber, and this is how it happened. CM Punk kicked Jericho while he was sitting at the doorway as they were closing it, and it kicked Jericho out. Jericho then fell to the floor and was knocked out cold, and the match just paused. No one was doing anything, and CM Punk was just staring at him. But Punk finally regains control and puts Miz away with the GTS, getting the pin, and he's announced as the winner. So he just looks at Jericho at the end and shrugs and walks away. Match was overall pretty good. You know, the long pause was not needed, but what can you do? Next, we had Beth Phoenix and Tamina Snuka's match. Beth Phoenix defeated Tamina Snuka via pinfall. Pretty good match. It put Tamina kind of over. She got a bunch of good moves in, but you know, Beth Phoenix took it over her, and I'm looking forward to Beth and Karma at WrestleMania if possible. We also saw backstage Santino Marella doing a Rocky parody, drinking raw eggs. And then, of course, we get a John Cena training video package that does absolutely nothing for his character. But anyways, next we had Chris Jericho unable to speak for an interview backstage because he's being tended to. Another Santino Rocky parody, and it kind of just goes through the night. And then John Laurinaitis comes out with David Otunga for the major announcement. And he says the board of directors want him as the Raw general manager, and that Teddy Long is up for review as well. And it sounds like he's going to become the SmackDown general manager. Then Alberto Del Rio comes out. He comes to the ring and says Teddy Long plays favorites and that he likes Laurinaitis. And then Mark Henry comes out and he joins them and says Teddy Long is a bully who physically assaulted him. I don't no clue there, man. But then Christian came out, also blamed Teddy Long for all his injuries and stuff, and he also said Randy Orton's faking faking his concussion. And they all took a picture together in the ring. It didn't really do anything for anybody, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I actually fell asleep at that segment. We were streaming, and apparently I started snoring, and I woke up right after that, right as it was ending. We get another Santino parody as the night goes on. And Big Show says he wants to actually win a match at WrestleMania. That will never happen. Good luck with that. And then we had the World Heavyweight Championship SmackDown Elimination Chamber match. You know, thinking to myself that there's not a lot of, you know, this can't go well. You know, the Great Khali, Big Show, Santino. This is not going to be a very good match. Well, I was actually kind of wrong. This is actually good. Started off slow because Big Show was in there, and it just started off really slow. But Daniel Bryan won the SmackDown Elimination Chamber by making Santino tap out. Santino was the last guy in there. He pinned Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett. That's right. He pinned Cody Rhodes and he pinned Wade Barrett. I don't know what that does for the Intercontinental Championship, but it doesn't sound good, does it? Well, after that match, you know, I said Daniel Bryan won it. We go on. Sheamus actually comes out after the match, and Daniel Bryan attacks him, and then he starts beating him up. And it looks like Sheamus will be facing Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, which is, you know, I'm fine with that, I guess. And then backstage, Hornswoggle is eating cheese, and there's a Natalia cutting the cheese segment. Thank God that I'm 6 years old, and that was so funny to me. You know? Then Teddy Long ends up making a match between Jack Swagger and Justin Gabriel for the U.S. Championship. This match between Jack Swagger and Justin Gabriel lasted all of 5 minutes. Jack Swagger defeated Justin Gabriel via pinfall, and well, actually not via pinball. He makes some tap to the ankle lock, so that's how that went. And then we had another Cena and Rock promo. Like, we don't know who John Cena and The Rock is, so let's just keep shoving promos down our throats. And then we come up with the ambulance match. You know, not a very good. It was very slow. It felt like an episode of Jackass, but it was John Cena versus Kane in the ambulance match. John Cena defeated Kane via the ambulance loading and leaving. Very slow at the beginning, and a lot of really dumb spots. Cena got Kane into a wheelchair and pushed him into a table, which I think was supposed to go a little more than just him running into the table and stopping, but whatever there. And then they got probably the best, second best spot was when they got up to the steps. Cena put the steps up to the announcer table, and then he tried to do the AA to Kane through the announcer table, and then Cena he slipped away, or Kane slips away from Cena, and he chokes Cena through the announcer table. Of course, it's a Spanish announcing table, which made it even funnier for me. But Kane goes to grab the stretcher for Cena, and of course Cena just kicks the door open as he's putting him in there. He's fighting his way out. They make their way on top of the ambulance, and Cena hits Kane with an AA into a large piece of stage. Randomly there. Don't know why, other than, it's obviously there just to protect Kane. Cena then throws Kane into the ambulance and shuts the doors, and that was it for the evening. Overall, there's a lot of hit and misses with this pay-per-view. I thought Santino being in the World Heavyweight Championship match would have, diminished it, but it actually made it interesting. I was actually marking out when it was Daniel Bryan and Santino, so that was actually really good. And the Divas match wasn't half bad. It was more entertaining than the ambulance match. So basically, my pros, all the matches on the card, Elimination Chamber wise, were decent. The SmackDown one was surprisingly better than the Raw one, and those matches were alright. And then the Jack Swagger match was whatever. It was only 5 minutes long and didn't do anything. And the only thing that was really bad about this pay-per-view was the ambulance match. It didn't really do anything for me, and Cena didn't really embrace the hate. He just started hitting them with weapons. That's not embracing a hate. You can't turn someone heel by having them face a heel. I don't know what they were thinking there, but like I said, overall good, guys. If you want, you know how to watch these kind of things, and it was alright. So that's it. If you guys liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. And tell me what I should improve on. And hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.